So today's been one of those days where I thought not a lot was going to get done. I kind of woke up with a cold and a sore throat, and Davdra was being quite lazy, and we've got nobody coming in today. And then we just decided that we were going to jointly, like all of us, get together and do loads. So it's one of those days where it's been very, very productive, very positive, loads has happened, and actually the result of it has made us feel like, oh my God, we're really getting there. It's taken us a long, long time, and a lot of you are sort of feeling it with me as well, that, you know, it's dragged on and on and on for months and months. And of course, isn't like TV where you can sort of speed things up. You're actually living it with me with each of my vlogs. 8.5, 7.5 months has it been now? 7.5, maybe 8.5 every March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7.5 months, maybe just a week or so more, that we started on this project. So you've been following me for 7.5 months while we work on this project. And I think for Abdul, he's been there in the mud and in the sludge since day one, and he's getting very much with so much to do and him doing it mostly himself. He is feeling, I think he got to a point where he took a week off in a bit because he just didn't know what to do, and there was so much to do, and everything relied on everything else, and he just couldn't find a way forward because he couldn't start something before something else needed to be done, and it was just, he couldn't do that other thing, and you know, it was just like that with everything. But we've ploughed on, we've sort of done things a bit upside down, a bit wrong, but like downstairs room, they've plastered but there's no ceiling, and he's just like, well, the guy's here, let's just do it now. So I said to him, instead of losing focus like that, let's just really pull out the stops to finish the upstairs rooms as best we can. We're not going to get any doors put on there just yet. They'll be done when the downstairs is all done, all in one go. We're not going to get any heaters on just yet because they'll be done all in one go. We are getting someone in on Monday to tomorrow, that is, for electrics, because we've got no light or anything in there. And the room's been painted, as you can see. We're just on the whitewash today, and that's what made us really excited. Like, we did this, and then we finished that room, we sanded it down jointly, all of us, and then we just came out here and we whitewashed this room as well. So loads has happened today, and following ahead of this little clip will be little videos of us when we were painting today. Made us feel like so much better. We just stood here and we were like, oh, it's been done. It feels like it's done as done can be. Up there, Abdul has to do a bit of work on top of that window. I don't really understand why there's a gap there, but he seems to know and think that's fine. What else? While I was in here sanding, I was reminded of the One advert. I don't know if you see it in America or anywhere else in the world, but in the UK, a few years ago, there used to be this advert for the One account, which is like it's like a mortgage account where you consolidate all your savings. I think, I don't know how it works. I think what it is that they have, you sort of agree for them to take, it's a bank account, right? This is what it is. It's a bank account, and it's linked to your mortgage. So if you have some savings at the end of a certain period, or you're in credit at the end of a certain period in your account, that goes against your mortgage. This is how I believe it works. And then if you are down, then you take some out of your mortgage to make yourself balance. So what essentially you're supposed to be doing is reducing your mortgage. And the advert was, you see this man walking around with this big mortgage sign, and he's like carrying it around in his daily life as representation of this burden of mortgage hanging over him. And then as time goes by, he's like, I can't cope with this anymore. So he goes and gets on one account, and his mortgage shrinks. And as his mortgage shrinks, he gets to do all the things he wants to do, like have picnic with his family, have babies, and then next thing you do is the shot is in the kitchen where the wife's picked up something, I think it's a casserole dish or something, and she whirls around like this, and she walks over to her new kitchen, and it's got beautiful skylight. And that, to me, way back then, when I don't even know if the kids were born then, but I've had a mortgage since I was 21 years old. And that burden of a mortgage has always stayed with me, has always restricted me, has always stopped me from doing anything. So I've always wanted to be debt-free, but on top of that, just having the rooms, and the extension was like a dream that was somewhere way out ahead that I couldn't see when that would be. It was just like a dream, one that you can't even think that that would happen. And I'm here, and as I was standing this wall, I was reminded of that advert, and I was like, wow, I got what I wanted. I got that dream. Obviously my mortgage is not paid, it's the dream, the end result. We kind of did it without clearing the mortgage, but our mortgage is manageable, we're doing it, it's fine, it helps. But that will be my next goal. I'm very goal orientated, so when I have debt, I work very, 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 very hard to get rid of it. And when I, now that I've cleared it, and now that I've done the house or as such, I know it's unfinished, but when the house is done, the next thing I want to tackle is my mortgage, because I am really adamant that I don't want to be a drone, and I don't want to be owned by my bank anymore. I want to be free, debt free, I want to be burden free, and I'm still very sensible. I'm not like lavish or anything like that. I've had money before, but I just want to be in a position where, you know, I'm not owned by my bank anymore. I had a very inspiring conversation with someone. I need to tell you about him one day. It was amazing. He's a very high profile guy who talks to people in very high places, and he's kind of like a coach. And I went to him makeup related, and then in the end he gave me some advice that stayed with me to this day and really motivated me to clear my credit cards, which were really bringing me down. And I did it, and he was like, oh, you know, well, I'll tell you the story another day. It's a really interesting story and very inspiring for a lot of you who have debt problems. It's one of those stories that you really need to hear if you want to clear your debt. Yeah, so following will be my clips of us doing this top part of the house. To me, it feels really, really good. There's just my office left to do, but I think I've made headway. I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy. The wall's not too bad. It just needs a little work. Juts out here a little bit. And when you paint, if the wall is not flat, then you'll get a shadow from where it juts out, and then when it dips back in, you'll get a shadow. And that will annoy you, especially in here, where the sunlight comes through and hits the walls, you'll really notice it. So I'll use a matte paint on this because it won't show them.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, hi, Pops. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, okay, good.
What you doing?
Well, can you see? Always here. All these bits and pops, the plaster has left it really bad. So I have to get it as smooth as I can with the sandpaper and the block. And still I'm having difficulty getting all done.
Sanding is the most hardest part.
Because it's not going to be 100%. So.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, honey.
Do you remember what this wall looked like before?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was all like broken up bricks before.
Yeah.
When you hit the lamp on this whole wall,
Yeah.
it looked like really nice
So.
purple.
It did look nice actually, and I've noticed that people are doing that as a decoration
Yeah,
theme.
that's what I said.
So, Mum, what are you
I
doing?
said that. I'm going to whitewash your walls. I did say it. I'm going to whitewash Zaheer's wall. So I've got paint mixed with water, really lightly down, and that's going to seal all the plaster in. It's going to be a bit messy because it's very runny, but it has to be done. And then we can do your aqua blue colour walls.
Yay!
Ah! That's all you need.
Yeah, you're sitting here, these things here still needs to be finished and put up yet. All done is refilled in. Electrician needs to come and do them.
So as cleanly as possible, okay?
Okay, guys.
Close through the wall so you don't take it that far.
Lift it up, like this.
But it's still really runny.
Yeah, that's fine. Now go straight to the wall, quick.
Don't squeeze it too hard.
I know.
Leave it here actually. Look.
This is what you call cheap labour.
Free labour, I don't cheap labour.
Like
Well, it's not free because it cost me
Wax up.
flipping nearly £1,000 for a bed.
Wax on. Wax on.
Don't go too hard.
Dad, remember?
Yeah. Keep on. Don't give me out anymore, don't get some more paint now. So before you go, change these bits here. All these bits.
So, last bit of my room, doing a wall.
Don't force it into that. That's there the good filler.
Yeah.
What about here? Looks a little uneven.
Huh?
Looks a bit uneven here. Look.
I know, I tried doing that bit.
Pretty good. You know what would look awesome is some graffiti on this floor.
What?
Graffiti. Hey, what's on your t-shirt? Hey, let me see. What's your t-shirt all about?
Pink.
Is it WWF?
No, not WWF.
Then?
WWE.
Oh, is it WWE now?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, in your times it was WWF, isn't it?
In my times, that's right.
Let's see how you go.
Yeah.
Well done, man. Cool.
I did that bit that you didn't fill in.
Yeah.
It looks so nice and bright now.
Alright.
It's going to attract a lot of flies, but
But,
crazy, right?
You enjoying painting?
Yeah.
I love how you've got your art apron out.
We don't use it anymore.
Oh. We just thought we'll do the hallway while we're at it, seeing as it's been sanded down already. And we've pretty much done this. We've only been at it for about 2.5 hours and we've done the whole room and the hallway.
Final finish, isn't it?
It's not final finish, no. But it's never taken us long to paint, to be fair, has it? We're always quite chop, we get it done, dusted. Round 2, what's up with the skylight and why haven't we got one in? Why is this still uncovered? Why is my living room still outside? And why is my kitchen still under that? Over there. Under there.
Oh, your kitchen,
Yeah.
your living room, or if you're not doing the cooking, you do any cooking, yeah? Your kitchen, my food.
A kitchen is supposed to be one of those rooms that is never used.
Mum can't
Yeah.
cook.
Well, you know, why isn't the kitchen ready? Is because I've been quoted stupid money for a skylight. And one company has quoted us just short of £8,000 for a skylight. And the reason being, I've told, because I've gone for a slightly bespoke design where it is not available off the shelf. That's what the cost is. And so that's just under £8,000 just for a skylight. And so if I change the design slightly and go for something a little bit more off the shelf design, for that I've been quoted between £3,000 and £800. So it just seems like the people either got too much work or they just get as much as they can from a job or what, I don't know. So
Well, the industry's booming at the moment, so they don't need the work.
yeah, that probably is the reason why. So because the discrepancy in the price between just under £3,000, £800 is a hell of a lot of money difference. So just I'm waiting for one more person to come back to me. Hopefully I'll give him a couple more days if not, I'll go ahead and order somewhere.
But we even thought about, instead of having that pyramid design, of going for a flat design.
Yeah.
And just keep it really simple instead. And I think...
Yeah, but the flat design, I still wanted the opening on the side, but nobody does that. No, there's no design like that in the market at the moment, or not in the UK anyway. That's
so Abdul wants a bespoke design for a normal price, which is a bit unreasonable. So this is why we kind of like haven't got anywhere with it yet. Also, the guys that were going to do our flat roof with us haven't showed up, and we can't really start the flat roof before the skylight's in, so that's why that's not being done. And we need electricity up here, and that hasn't been done because the guys that we were supposed to get haven't turned up either, and the bathroom's still as is.